Chapter 11, Jumping Over the Ranger. In the forest, Ranger Tapes was watching the Puppy Rangers going through the obstacle course with Lucy, her boyfriend Kale, and Ranger Martinez by her side. The Puppy Rangers have spent all day preparing for the trip to Canada. In case something terrible happens, they'll put their bravery and smarts to good use. The final obstacle was a rock climbing wall with a bell on top of it, with the first to win it winning the obstacle course. "Keep going, Rangers," Ranger Tapes called with Parker fell into the mud from the monkey bars. "Go back and try again, Parker." She then turned to Wallace, who hasn't done 10 push-ups. "Wallace," she shouted the moment Wallace headed to the next obstacle. "That's 9 push-ups. Go back and do 10. Wallace went back to redo the 10 push-ups. Aside from Ranger Tapes and their friends, Griff, Tom, and Isaac were watching underneath the trees. "I gotta say, man, these Puppy Ranger dudes have really upped their game," Griff commented. "Imagine if they come across something big and dangerous," Tom added. "They wouldn't even scream in fear." Isaac knows they're standing without the face of fear, Isaac added. As they continued to watch, another person watched the Puppy Rangers in the shadows of the trees. Lana laid against the tree, crossing her arms, watching the kids performing the obstacle course. She arrived 2 hours ago while meeting some who hung out in and outside of the Bear's Cave. Kale didn't forget she was there the moment she appeared. In fact, no one ever told him she was also coming along. "Lucy," he gets her attention. "Have you ever talked to this person?" He pointed at Lana. "No," Lucy responded. "I've talked to nearly everyone who's coming along, including them." She pointed at Griff's group. "Have you met her, Tapes?" He turned to Ranger Tapes. "Not yet, I'm paying attention here," Tapes responded. Ranger Martinez turned to Lana as he's just as curious as Kale is. "Are the Puppy Rangers almost done?" He turned to Tapes. "After this course, well, they're all set for the trip." Glenn and Murphy were the first to climb up the rock climbing course, with them being neck and neck. Upon reaching near to the top, Glenn hit the bell just before Murphy, as she began the first ranger to win the course. "I won!" she shouted. "Have we done enough?" Murphy asked, painting heavily. "You've all done enough," Ranger Tape smiled. "You're all ready for Canada." The Puppy Rangers cheered as Glenn and Murphy all got back down from the rock climbing wall. 3 hours of training really feels like 3 days of no sleep or bathroom breaks, Ranger Martinez commented. "Are you sure you can handle this?" "Yes. While I wished the Bears would give us days or a week, it never stops the Puppy Rangers and their bravery." As the Puppy Rangers took a drink from the water bottles, Grizz and Ice Bear appeared from the trees as they noticed Lana. "There she is," Grizz pointed. Ice Bear got some answers from the people by the cave, but on the other hand, there wasn't a lot of progress she made of getting to know them. He and Grizz walked up to her as she took notice. "You're here so early?" Lana smirked. "Don't worry, I've at least gotten to know 2 people. Isaac and Chloe," Ice Bear guessed. "Maybe." "Lana," Grizz chimed in. "Have you been staying there for a while?" "I've been watching these kids," she pointed at the Puppy Rangers. "They've been going around in circles on this obstacle course." "You didn't talk to them, especially with Ranger Tapes and Lucy and her boyfriend?" "Nope. I've seen they see me as the odd one out. They never saw that with the others." Ice Bear was aware everyone around took time to know each other's names upon heading back by the cave, but since there's not enough time left until tonight's party before tomorrow's plane trip, Canada will be an empty experience for Lana. Without hesitation, he took her hand. "Ice Bear demands you to make an impression with Tapes and Lucy now." "Okay, I'll do something." With Grizz walking from behind, Ice Bear and Lana walked up to Ranger Tapes with Lucy and Kale taking notice. Hey, it's Grizz and Icebell, Griff smiled. With a guard, Tom added. She's really not my type. Isaac predicts conflict. Isaac added. Hey, Grizz and Icebell, Lucy smiled. Where's Panda? Kale added. He's in the cave in his room hanging out with Amanda and her brother and sister, Grizz answered. Are the Puppy Rangers ready, Tapes? Definitely, Ranger Tapes smiled as she witnessed Lana for the first time. Who's this person? Lana. Icebell spoke. Lana, Kale commented. She's interesting. What makes you think that? Lana wondered. It's your tattoo on your upper arm. Like your two arms with tattoos all over it? Lana looked straight at his arms. Must be very painful to get all of them on. It is for only my first tattoo. He got used to it, Lucy added. But still, I like your tattoo. See? You're getting along easily, Grizz smiled. Hold on, Ranger Tapes walked up to Lana. Just because I've talked to nearly everyone who's coming along doesn't mean I'm believing a word from her. You think I'm a threat? Lana guessed. No, but you're someone who wouldn't be a Ranger in my eyes. Oh geez, Grizz lowered his head. With the Poppy Rangers witnessing Lana in person, Dinaz walked up to her, whom she took notice of. Is it because you perform minors as Rangers rather than confident adults? Hey, there's nothing wrong with having kids as Rangers, Ranger Martinez chimed in. Yes, regardless if Canada doesn't have rocks for them to climb, Ranger Tapes said. And you think I'm not capable of climbing rocks? Lana replied. You won't keep up with me, unlike Lucy. Lucy turned to Tapes, confused from her choice of words. What's your problem with her? She spoke. Yeah, she's not a threat, Grizz added. Icebell never wanted Lana to have a friend, Icebell added. It's not that, nor do I not trust her, but what would she do to prove to me she can make this trip better, Ranger Tapes replied. She could do something out of the blue, Dinaz commented as everyone turned their attention to her. Like, what would we do to get your approval that's way better than getting a badge? That's a 1 in a million chance. I doubt that, Lana crossed her arms. In my book, I went through more than 1 in a million chances. At least I believe the bears way more since I protect the forest's animals all the time. Well, not long since I'm gonna do that job while you're gone, Ranger Martinez said. Guys, me and my boyfriend might do something out of the blue, Lucy replied. So could the bears, Kale commented. And if there's one thing I'm sure we can agree on, our own vacations aren't about who gets the better vacation. And Tapes, she turned to her, if you had to spend one day with her, would you find her at least enjoyable? Ranger Tapes wanted to believe Lucy, especially what awaits her tomorrow, including the Poppy Rangers, but her plans aren't the same as Lana. She knows Lana is one of those people who's willing to come over to Toronto, but her plan, despite sleeping in a hotel, a little inside of cities. No, she answered. Because I'm not like you, Lana guessed. Yes. When she turned to the obstacle course, it gave her an idea. How about a challenge? For fun, not competition, Grizz reacted. Yes, no competition, Ranger Tapes agreed. What challenge? A race on the obstacle course, Lana answered. Just one lap for the first person to ring the bell. You want to race with me? Yes. Do you mind if I join? Lucy offered. I want to see how fast she is compared to me. As co-rangers, we'll show her our ranger spirit. Rangers! Dinaz turned to the Puppy Rangers. Ranger Tapes and co-ranger Lucy's racing against the new girl in the obstacle course. The Puppy Rangers cheered as they moved away from the obstacle course, watching from the sidelines. As Tapes, Lucy, and Lana went to the starting line, Griff and his friends walked next to Grizz and Icebell. Hey Grizz, Griff smiled. What's going on here? Who's she? Tom wondered. She's Lana, Grizz answered. She's Icebell's partner coming along. Partner? It's a long, confusing story that me and Panda learned last night. Icebell didn't respond, as he's paid attention to Lana racing against his friends. He expected something simple, but as long as it's a good first impression, he'll take it. Lana stared at the obstacle course as she placed her hands on the ground in position. "Are you sure you can do this without practicing the course at least once?" Lucy said, also getting into position. "It's not like we're gonna remember this course when we get back," Lana said. "But we will remember the outcome." "You wish," Ranger Tapes being the final to get into position. "Bet your outcome in Canada won't be as great as mine." Wallace placed the whistle in her mouth as she blew it hard. Ranger Tapes, Lucy, and Lana ran to the balance steps, with Tapes being the first to get on. Upon stepping on the 10 steps, while getting on the staircase, the next obstacle is the high ropes. Tapes got on the first high rope, while Lucy got on the second. "I'm starting to think that Lana isn't the fastest," Tom commented. "It's still the start of the course," Griff added. "Even if she did get along, Lucy would still beat her for how fast she is," Carol added. Lana managed to finish the high ropes as she crawled underneath the boot camp obstacle. She's on Lucy's tail, who's also on Tapes' tail. She's not giving up in order to prove a point to Tapes. After getting out of the boot camp obstacle, Tapes and Lucy got on the monkey bars while Lana jumped to the 4th bar. "Coming through, co-rangers," she climbed in between them as she's in the lead. The 10 push-ups were the next as Lana jumped down, doing her push-ups as fast as she could. "You're still not gonna win," Ranger Tapes taunted as she and Lucy began the push-ups. Lana finished her push-ups, but it wasn't long until Tapes and Lucy finished theirs. "Man, they're doing great," Grizz smiled. "Talk about years of athletics," Parker smiled. "Tapes is still doing great, but Lana's doing better," Nicolan added. After doing the following obstacle, all that's left was the rock climbing wall. Lana got in the middle while Tapes and Lucy got to the left and right separately. Even with it outdoors, it was almost the same size from the one in the gym from San Francisco. Ranger Tapes and Lana are neck and neck while Lucy starts to climb faster. "You're starting to sweat?" Lana grinned. "I never sweat," Tapes responded, especially Lucy. With everyone watching, they climbed past the middle section of the rock climb itself. "Have you ever climbed boulders?" Lucy painted. "Tapes trained me to climb them." "You don't know what I'm capable of," Lana responded. "Just because your ranger friend thinks I'm the odd one in the group doesn't mean I'm the boring one." She went faster, focusing on the objects to climb on before Tapes and Lucy. "They're getting close to the top," Ranger Martinez spoke. "You can't prove to me you're the boring one," Tapes said. Lana climbed to the top as she rang the bell, being the winner of the obstacle course, but knew it wouldn't impress Tapes. She turned around, looking down at Tapes as she and Lucy looked up at her. "Then I bet you'll be jealous of this." Lana jumped over Tapes, off the top of the rock climb as Lucy stared at her before she got to the top. Everyone watched Lana fall straight down the air while Isaac took out his phone, recording it when it happened. As for Icebell, he knew she would do something like this, but not in the stunt of showing off. She landed on the ground with her feet, but she wasn't harmed upon landing. She lifted her body back up with her hair flow on her back, with a grin on her face. "Wow, whoa," Lucy reacted. "She didn't break a bone." Tapes blinked, looking down. The Puppy Rangers cheered as they ran up to Lana. "That was awesome," Murphy shouted. "You landed on the ground like a superhero," Wallace added. "Just don't do it yourselves in Canada," Lana responded. There's a reason trained professionals never ever jump off high cliffs. Grizz and the others felt like they watched a stunt double performed in the movie, but in a real scenario rather than a staged one. It would take dedication to perform an extremely dangerous stunt like that. My girlfriend would never do that, Carol commented. It would no doubt break her legs, Ranger Martinez added. We really need to know Lana now, Tom added. She's a tough lady. She's gonna make the trip really fun, Griff added. We're going to the cave now, Lana called to the Bells. I'm ready for Canada. As Lana and the Poppy Rangers left the area, Ranger Tabes and Lucy climbed back down. They walked up to the group who felt stunned the entire time. If the animals here saw what she just did, Ranger Tape spoke, they won't believe I would do that. At least she did something out of the blue, Grizz smiled. Too far out of the blue if you ask me, Lucy responded. Maybe she's more of an outsider friend. Icebell's outsider status agrees with you, Icebell said. He would tell you everything about her, but it's time to head to the cave. Grizz pointed to the direction. Yeah, it's getting late and you all need to be on time for your flight tomorrow morning, Ranger Martinez added. But what do you think of Lana, Tabes? As Tabes tried to accept the fact she got beaten fair and square, she took a deep breath to focus on tonight's party. She's nowhere near as bad as the Ivy Rangers and Ranger Zhao. At least in a cocky way, Zhao wouldn't perform a stunt like that, Lucy smiled. Yeah, she would have stayed in the hospital for a long time. Thankfully, she and the Rangers aren't coming with us. Exactly, Grizz said as he and the group headed back. As long as no one's coming after us, it'll be the greatest Canada trip ever. You said it, dude, Griff responded.